And the leading off for the Yankees is Mickey Rivers batting .237. He's got 2 homers and 18 RBIs. And Brian McLaughlin takes the mound for his 6th start of the year. He's 0-5 with a 4.11 ERA. And here's the pitch to Mickey. And right away, he walks him. So Rivers is aboard here with a leadoff walk. The Yankees are already in business. And they're going to do a little hit and run here with Willie. Willie batting .274 with a homer and 19 RBI. Excuse me, against the righty. That'll be an 11 against a 8. And that's going to be a base hit. And left field. And the runner will get down to third. So now we got first and third. And nobody out. And Thurman Munson comes to the plate. And Munson is batting .298. He's got 3 homers and 29 RBIs. And they're going to do another hit and run. Keep them moving. Keep them moving. And that's going to pan out, folks. That is going to be a first and third. And that with the hit and run is going to be a single through second. Munson delivers here with a single through second. And the Yankees are aboard here. And still first and third. And it's 1-0 New York. Reggie Jackson comes to the plate now with nobody out. And Reggie's batting .331 on the year with 18 homers and 38 RBIs. Can Reggie add to this 1-0 lead? Still nobody out. McLaughlin struggling here, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Reggie out for out number 1. Big strikeout. Brings up Chris Chambliss now. And Chris, he's batting .256 with 2 homers and 29 RBIs. And that's going to be a 29 with the defense back. That's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. McLaughlin's up with it. Only plays over to first. The runner will score. Munson will get down to second now with 2 outs, and it's 2-0 New York before these fans can even get settled in. And now Greg Nettles at the plate, batting .304 with 12 homers and 36 RBIs. And that's another ground ball down the first. And that'll be out number 3. He tosses it over to McLaughlin covering. But the Yankees score 2. New York 2. Seattle coming to the plate. They got Cruz, Reynolds, and Jones due up. Cruz batting .210 on the year with a homer and 11 RBIs. Dick TIDROW, this is his 10th start of the year. He is 6-2 with a 3.36 ERA. And here's the pitch from Dick. And that's going to be a base hit for Cruz. He's on with an infield single. So Cruz down to first. Tying run comes to the plate here. And the Mariners are going to do a little hit and run too. And you got Reynolds batting .298 with 2 homers and 25 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to White. Cruz has to scamper back to first, and there's 1 down. And Cruz is going to try to take off here and steal. So that'll be a 5. 54 or lower. He's safe at second, and he's in there. That was a close play, though, but the umpire says he's safe on the stolen base. So you got a runner in scoring position and 1 out for Rupert. And Jones is batting .234 with 3 homers and 22 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 62 and a 9. That'll barely be fielding column 2. And that's going to be popped up down the short. Dent makes the play, and there's 2 down. The runner's still down there at second. And Stanton comes to the plate, batting .229 with 2 homers and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be a routine ground ball down the short. He'll fire over to first. Denton will, and that'll end the inning. The Mariners strand 1. To the top of the second we go. New York 2, Seattle nothing. You got Spencer, White, and Dent. Bottom third of the order due up. And Spencer's batting .286. He's got 8 homers and 14 RBIs on the year. See, Seattle's got one more game here against the Yankees. And then Boston comes to town for 3 games. And then Seattle goes on the road to take on the Orioles. Here's the pitch to Spencer. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. McLAUGHLIN strikes him out for out number 1. And Roy White comes to the plate. He's batting .253. He's got 2 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. 2 up and 2 down here in the second. And Bucky Dent comes up, batting .283 on the year with a homer and 19 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. 8, 1 and 8. That's going to be a single in the left field. And Bucky's aboard here with a 2-out single. We're back to the top of the order, and Mickey Rivers can keep this 2-out rally going. Mickey, he walked and came around the score in the first. And he gets a hold of this one. Can he drive in Bucky Dent? That is the question. 25. And a 2. That's going to be a triple in the right field. Mickey Rivers delivers here, folks. He's a brown-eyed, handsome man racing around the third. He's in there safely with an RBI triple. And just like that, the Yankees are up 3-0 with a runner 90 feet away. And Willie Randolph, who singled and came around to score his first time up. That's going to be a fly ball out to John and left. That'll end it, but the RBI triple makes it 3-0 New York. And we go to the bottom of the second. We got Brochy due up, followed by Stein and Howe. And Brochy, he's batting .237. He's got 6 homers and 19 RBIs. And that's going to be an 8 against the righty. That's going to be a single in the left field. So again, the Mariners get the leadoff batter aboard. Last time TIDROW was able to pitch around it. Now you got Stein up. Stein's batting .175. No homers and 6 RBIs. And that's just what the doctor ordered. A ground ball down to Bucky Dent. Over to Willie. Over to Chris. 6-4-3 double play. Now there's 2 outs and nobody on. And you can see the Yankees are 37-14. They're batting .278 on the year, 333 on base percentage, slugging .429 with an OPS of .762. The Mariners are 17-38. They're batting .240 with a .308 on base percentage. They're slugging .392 with a .699 OPS. And you got 2 down, nobody on, and John Howell's up batting .231 with 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a 9. That's going to be a pop up down the short. Bucky calls for it, makes the catch, and that'll win the inning. Lead off single goes nowhere. After the double play, we get to the top of the third, still 3-0 Yankees. You got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up, Munson, Jackson, and Chambliss. And Thurman, he had an RBI single his first time up. And that ball is well hit. Let's see where this one goes, folks. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. And Thurman's got a leadoff double here. Hold on, he's got an M. You gotta go back and check. Check, 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 check. Go back here and check. See if Thurman gets a homer. I forgot about these M's. Let's see. Against the righty, that'll be an 11. And kiss it goodbye. He grooves one, and Thurman Munson hammers it. He throws it right down the pike. Munson crushes it, folks. And that's a homer. Munson's 4th homer of the year. Munson gives up a homer. It's now 4-0 Yankees. And Reggie Jackson comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be another swing and miss. He's got Reggie's number today. Reggie has struck out twice. There's one down here. Chris Chambliss comes to the plate. And he's 0 for 1, but he did have an RBI his first time up. And that ball is crushed. Let's see where this one ends up at, folks. And that's going to be against the righty, a 7. And that is going to be a double in the right field. Chambliss now standing down at second. And Meadows is at the plate with 1 out and a runner in scoring position, already up 4-0. Meadows is 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And the runner will get down the third. It'll be a 6-3 put out. Now Chambliss is 90 feet away for Mr. Spencer for higher. And Jim, he struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a pop-up down the first. Let's see here. Infield's a 7, 8, 12, 20, 28, 30. And that is going to be a pop-up down the first in foul territory. And that'll end the inning. But the Yankees score 1 on the homer by Munson and make it a 4-0 ball game as we go to the bottom of the third. Bottom part of the order due up. Stenson, Bernhardt, and then back to Cruz at the top of the order. And Bob is batting .272 on the year. He's got 5 homers and 14 RBI. And that's going to be a rare play. 22 and a 36. That's going to be a ground ball down the first. Chambliss a good fielding first baseman, but not this time. That's going to be an error on Chambliss as he can't handle the throw. That'll be an E3. Then fielded it cleanly, threw it over, but Chambliss drops it. Now you got a runner on and nobody out. And Bernhardt's up batting .222 with no homers and 4 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Bernhardt, and that's going to be against the righty 4. That's going to be a single. And that's going to make first and second now. So first and second, nobody out. The Yankees need another double play ball. They're up by 4. Got runners at first and second, nobody out. And Cruz at the plate, and he singled and stole a base his first time up. And that's going to be a pop-up back behind the plate. Munson takes the mask off. That's a big out there by TIDROW. And now you got Reynolds up with 2 on, 1 out. He's 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 53 and a 9. That'll be fielding column 2. And that's going to be the old 6-4-3 double play. The Yankees get it again. That ball's hit down to Den. He throws over to Randolph, over to Chambliss, and that gets him out of the inning. And nobody scores to the top of the fourth. 4-0 New York. As Legend Sports Universe joins us here. Check out his great channel, folks. And Roy White comes to the plate. And he'll be followed by Dent and Rivers. And White's batting .250 on the year. He's got 2 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. That's a base hit in the center field. It's only a 6, not a 7. So base hit by Roy White. He's aboard here. Now Bucky Dent's up. And they're going to do a little hit and run with Roy White down there. Try to stay out of the double play like Seattle's been hitting into. Bucky's 1 for 1. Came around to score his first time up. And that's going to be a... And that's going to be hit back to the mound. And they only play with the hit and runs over to first. The runner will get in scoring position with 1 out. And now you got Mickey Rivers up. Roy White down there at second. Mickey is a perfect 1 for 1. He's walked. And he tripled and drove in a run his last time up. And he squared this one up again, folks. Mickey's having one hell of a game here against McLAUGHLIN. And that ball is high. That ball is far. You can kiss it goodbye. Mickey Rivers with a homer in this game, folks. Just like that, it is now 6-0. They're going to have to get the bullpen up down there. They got Raleigh and Romo up in the bullpen. Now you got Randolph up. And Willie's 1 for 2. He is singled and came around to score in this game. 6-0 New York. Willie here. Can he keep it going? 1 out and nobody on. That's going to be a ground ball down the first. He calls off McLAUGHLIN, takes it himself, and there's 2 down. And up to the plate now is Munson. And Thurman's a perfect 2 for 2. He had a homer his last time up. Can he do it again, folks? That's going to be a pop-up down the second. Cruz calls for it. Munson got under that one, and that'll be out number 3. But a 2-run homer by Mickey Rivers makes it a 6-0 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 4th. You got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up here for Seattle. Jones, Stanton, and Broshi. Rupert is 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a base hit. So Jones gets aboard here with a leadoff single. And again, I think this is the 3rd inning out of the 4 that the leadoff batter's got going. I don't think he's been aboard every inning. Let's take a look here. I think it's just 3 out of the 4. 1, yeah. Didn't reach on the... Yeah, he's reached the base. Leadoff batters reach base every inning. I was wrong. Stanton reached on an error. I was thinking he made an out, but he reached on an error. So every inning, the leadoff batter's been aboard, but he has yet to cross the plate. Can Dick TIDROW get away with it again here? And Stanton is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And Reggie is not known for his defense out there, folks. That's for sure. And that's going to be a first on air, runner to third. So Reggie boots this one, plays that terrible. That's an E9. The runner's going to get down to third. So first and third. Nobody out for Broshi. Yankees will play back with a 6-run lead. Try to get the double play ball here. They'll give up a run here. So Broshi is 1 for 1 today. Singled his first time up. And that's going to be a big swing and a miss by TIDROW for out number 1. His first strikeout of the game. And it was a big one. Now a ground ball gets him out of this inning. And Stein's up. And he grounded into a 6-4-3 double play his last time up. Can he get him to do it again? Not this time, folks. Against the righty, that would be a 10. And that was a 7. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And Stanton's going to stop at second. And that gets him on the board. It's now 6-1. First and second now for John Hale. Only one out in the inning. And John's 0 for 1. He popped up the shortest first time up. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. So Dick with 2 strikeouts in the inning. And Stenson's up. He's 0 for 1. He reached on an error his first time up. And that's going to be another strikeout. He strikes the side out, folks. But in between there, an RBI single scores a run, makes it 6-1. So Dick strikes 3 of them out, but a run's given up. We go to the top of the 5th. It's 6-1 New York. You got Jackson, Chambliss, and Nettles due up. Reggie, talking about strikeouts, has struck out both times. He's 0 for 2. And he's 0 for 3, and that's the hat trick. McLaughlin's got his number, folks. He might not have anybody else's number in this Yankee order right now, but he's got Reggie's. And Chambliss comes up. He's 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. And that's going to be hit down the short. And the reliable Reynolds boots that one. That's the first error by the Seattle Mariners. And now you got a runner on first. And Nettles up. And Nettles is 0 for 2 today. He's grounded out twice. That's going to be a fly ball out to Rupert in center. And there's 2 down with Chambliss still at first. And Jim Spencer comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be against the righty. 3 and a 9. 3 and a 9. And that's going to be a single. And Spencer's aboard here with a 2-out single. So first and second for Roy White. 2 down, Yankees up by 5. Trying to add to that lead. White singled and came around the score his last time up. And not this time. Wait a second here. What is that? That'll be a 6 now. So that'll be a 55 and a 2. That'll be a ground ball down the first. That's going to be a take it the ball down there. He'll take it himself, and White's out. And that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 6-1 New York. You got Bernhardt due up, followed by Cruz and Reynolds. And he singled his first time up. And Juan's going to hit that ball down the short, and Bucky Dent, he screws it up. And that's going to be an E6 on Dent. So again, the leadoff batter is aboard. Last time the run came across. And that is the 3rd error by the Yankees in this game. Cruz is 1 for 2. He has singled and stole a base in this game. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be popped up back near the screen. Munson takes his mask off, makes the catch. And there's 1 down. And Reynolds comes up now. He's 0 for 2. He did ground into a 6-4-3 double play his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Over the short. And Reynolds beats the throw. So that'll be a 4-6 put out. Reynolds beats the throw down the first. So now there's 2 outs, and Jones is up with Reynolds at first. And Jones is 1 for 2. He singled and came around to score his last time up in the 4th. And that's going to be popped up again straight up the chute. Munson stands up in foul territory, makes the catch. And the error doesn't cost him, folks. We go to the top of the 6th. Yankees leading 6-1. You got Dent, then back to the top with Rivers and Randolph. And Bucky, he is 1 for 2 today. He singled and came around the score back in the second. And that's going to be a fly ball out to John and left. And there's 1 down. And Mickey Rivers comes to the plate. Mickey's having a great game, folks. 2 for 2. He has an RBI triple and a 2-run homer. And he has walked in this game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. McLAUGHLIN finally figures him out, strikes him out for out number 2. And that's his 5th strikeout of the game. And Randolph's up now. He's 1 for 3 scored in this game. And that's a base on ball. So Willie gets on down to first. And Willie's going to take off here and try to score, I believe. He's a D. Is he after the 6? No, he's not. So Munson's up. He's 2 for 3 with a homer in this game. And that's going to be a ground ball down to third. And he'll fire over to first. And that'll end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. It is 6-1 New York. You got Stanton due up here. Broshi and Stein against TIDROW. And Stanton is 0 for 2. He is grounded out and reached on an error. And that's going to be a base on balls. And what have I said? Every inning, the leadoff batter is aboard. Pretty sure it's every inning. Let's take a look here. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. It sure is every inning. And Dick's giving up 1 unearned run. So now you got Stanton down at first, Broshi at the plate. He's 1 for 2. He did strike out his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Nope, that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. So let's see here. 54 and a 2. That'll be fielding column 2. And that'll be, I'll get the runner out at second on the 1-6 put out. Broshi's down at first now. And Bill Stein comes to the plate. He had an RBI single his last time up. Drove in the only run for the Marlins so far. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Rivers. He calls for it, makes the catch. And there's 2 down. John Hale comes up, 2 down, 1 on. Trailing by 5. He struck out his last time up. He's 0 for 2. And that's popped up. Munson's been busy, folks. But he makes the play, and that'll do it. The Mariners strand 1. We go to the top of the 7th. It is a 6-1 game, and that's going to be it for McLAUGHLIN. He's going to be coming out of the game. And let's see. Romo is going to be coming in. And he'll be facing the 4, 5, 6 hitters, Jackson, Chambliss, and Nettles. And Romo is making his 26th appearance. He has 2 losses and a save with a 5.35 ERA. Reggie's glad to see McLAUGHLIn go. The rest of the Yankees might not be, but Reggie is, because Reggie is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in the game, trying to avoid the golden sombrero. And against the righty, he's going to get himself a base hit in the left field. So Reggie's happy that they brought in another pitcher. So Reggie's aboard here with a leadoff single. And Chambliss comes to the plate. And Chris, he is 1 for 3 with an RBI. He's doubled and he reached on an error his last time up. That's going to be a fly ball out to Jones. There's one down now. Jackson's still at first. Greg Nettles comes to the plate. 0 for 3 today. Grounded out twice and flown out to center. That's going to be against the righty. That is going to be a single. Line drive in the left field. Sorry, in the right field. That might get Reggie down the third. He smashes this one in the right field into the gap. And Reggie will make it down the third with no throw. So first and third now. And one out. Seattle will play back for the double play. Got Spencer up, not very fleet of foot. Nettles down at first. There's a chance for a double play. Spencer's 1 for 3. He singled his last time up. That's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. 32 and a 2 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And that's going to be the old 1-6-3 double play to end the inning. So the Mariners are able to pull off the 1-6-3 double play, get out of this with nobody scoring. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 6-1 New York. Stenson will be followed by Bernhardt and then Cruz here in the 7th. And Stenson batting 268, reached on an error and struck out in the game, 0 for 2. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate, 32 and an 8. That'll be fielded cleanly by Munson. He's up with it, throws down the Chambliss for out number 1. To say Munson's been busy today. Bernhardt's up. He's 1 for 2. He's reached base both times, though. He singled and reached on the error his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Reggie. And there's quickly 2 down here in the 7th. We're back to the top of the order in Cruz. And old Julio down by the dock. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a stolen base today. He has popped up the other 2 times to Munson. Against the righty, that's going to be a base hit. Cruz is aboard with another hit. So Cruz is down at first with 2 outs. And Reynolds is at the plate. And Reynolds is 0 for 3. He is grounded out twice, flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Randolph. I'll fire over to Chambliss, and that'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 8th. Yankees leading by 5. You got White, Dent, and Rivers due up. Seattle, as you can see, they got the Yankees for 1 more game, Boston for 3, and then they go on the road play the Orioles. White's 1 for 3 in the game. And he gets a hold of this one. Roy White having a nice game here today. And that ball is hit into the gap. That's a leadoff double by White. And Bucky Dent comes to the plate now with a runner down at second with nobody out. And Dent, he is 1 for 3. He has scored in this game. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. That's in column 1. Is. And he'll look the runner back to second, fire over to first, and there's 1 down. We're back to the top of the order now in Mickey Rivers, and Rivers is 2 for 3 with a triple, a homer, and 3 RBIs on the day. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out to his counterpart Jones in center, and now there's 2 outs. So we'll take a 2-out base hit by Willie. They get White in there. And Willie's 1 for 3. And that's going to be a base on ball. So Randolph, he walks on down to first. And here's Thurman Munson. He's already hit a homer in this game. He is 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Can he keep it up here? Here's the pitch to Thurman. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that'll end the inning. Yankees strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 6-1 New York. You got Jones, Stanton, and Broshi due up here. And Rupert's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch to Jones. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nettles over the Chambliss. 1 down here in the 8th. Seattle's running out of outs. Stanton is 0 for 2. He has reached twice. He has reached on a walk and an error. Here's the pitch to him. That's going to be a base on ball. So he walks for the 2nd time in a row. See the Yankees' upcoming schedule. They got one more game here against Seattle. Then they head on down the road to play the California Angels in a 3-game series. And then they head back home, and Oakland comes to New York to play the Yankees. And Broshi, he is 1 for 3 today. 1 out, 1 on. And he might be getting a little rally started here against Dick here. Now it'll be an 8 and a 7. And that's going to be a single, a line drive in the left field. Stanton's going to stay at second. His run means nothing. Trailing by 5. Bill Stein now comes up. Now to get some guys getting up in that bullpen here. As Bill is 1 for 3. He has an RBI single back in the 4th. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nettles. Can they go around the horn here? 24. And that is exactly what happens. That's going to be the old 5-5-3 double play. Nettles near the bag, steps on it, fires over to first, and that'll end the inning. Nice play by Nettles. And old Dick gives him a tip of the cap, and they go to the 9th inning with a 6-1 lead. And that's going to be it for Roma. And we got the lefties coming up. Raleigh's going to come in here against these lefties. Got Jackson, Chambliss, and Nettles due up. Where's the lefty there? Shane. So this is Shane's 17th appearance. He is 1 and 2. He has 1 save on the year with a 3.8 ERA. And he'll be facing, like I say, the 3 lefties, Jackson, Chambliss, and Nettles. Here's the pitch to Reggie. And Reggie, he gets a hold of this. And that's a 7-14 against a 8. And that ball is hit hard. That ball is hit far. But at the track, John makes the catch. That'll be out number 1. Reggie gave it a ride, but not far enough. Chambliss comes to the plate. He's 1 for 4. He has a double and an RBI. He's also reached on an error. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 6 and a 9. Now it's going to be popped up down the short. Reynolds calls for it, makes the catch. And there is now 2 down. And Nettles comes to the plate now. 2 outs, nobody on. He's 1 for 4. Singled his last time up. And that's going to be an 8, 15. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the right field. Broshi goes back near the track. Just short of it, makes the catch. They hit the ball hard, but not hard enough. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's 6-1 New York. Dick's trying to get a complete game here. Let's see here. So he's going to be facing the bottom third of the order here. Howe, Stenson, and Bernhardt. So John is 0 for 3 against him. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be against the righty, 19. And that's going to be a single in the center field. Another leadoff batter gets aboard. But give Dick credit. He has pitched around this all day long. And Stenson comes to the plate. And he is 0 for 3 today. He did reach on an error, though. So you got a runner on first, nobody out. Here's the pitch to Bob. And that's going to be a 38 pitcher. 65. That's going to be a rare play on a 38. 38 and a 23. 23 and a 38. That's going to be 18. Going to be hit down the third. And that's not going to be good. That's going to be first on air. He dropped a fly ball. Nettles goes back, tries to make the catch, drops it. Now it's first and second. And nobody out. The Seattle Mariners trying to make a ninth inning comeback here with a 5-run lead. Dick get through this ninth inning. First and second in the bottom part of the order causing havoc. And Bernhardt's at the plate. He is 1 for 3 today. He has also reached on an error. So here's the pitch to Bernhardt. And he gets a hold of this one. That might be it for Dick. That ball is crushed out in the that'll be hit in the right field. That'll score 1. And with nobody out, Stenson's going to stop at third. So now you got Cruz up. And you got the lefties and all coming up. So I think Sparky Lau's coming in the game here. I'm going to bring Sparky in a 6-2 game. So Sparky Lau's coming in. Dick can't get through this ninth inning. Nobody out. Runners at first, second, and third. A run already in. Yankees ain't going to mess around. Sparky's coming in. So where's Sparky at? There he is. Tried to get through the game without using the bullpen, but Sparky's going to come in and finish this one off. Hopefully. You got Cruz up now. And Cruz is 2 for 4 today. He has 2 singles and a stolen base. He singled his last time up. And that's going to be a 34. That's going to be an infield fly. Rules in effect. Nettles this time makes the catch. And now there's out number 1. Now you got Reynolds up with 1 out. Runners at, wait a second. Let's look here. Looking at the wrong chart. Runners at second and third. That was a pop up down the short. No infield fly rule. So redo that. Dent made the catch. So Dent makes the catch down at short. And now there's 1 down. Second and third for Reynolds. Like I say, Reynolds is 0 for 4 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field. Rivers doesn't have a great arm out there. 35 and a 2 should be fielding column 2, I would think. And it is. That's a fly ball out the center field. And a 3-47. Stenson doesn't have great speed, though. 20. Not within the game, though. 20. They're going to send him. What the hell? And Bernhardt will head down the third on the throw. So a 20. That'll be a 42 or lower. And he's in there. So that's a sacrifice fly. Runner scores. The runner gets down the third. Oh, I didn't want him to score. I'll do that. Okay. So now it is a 6-3 game. 2 outs and Jones at the plate. And Jones, he's 1 for 4 today. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Sparky walks Jones. And now the tying run comes to the plate in Stanton, folks. First and third tying run at the plate. And here's the pitch. He is 0 for 2. He has reached base 3 times. His last 3 times up, he's reached on an error, walked in the 6th and 8th. And that's going to do it. That's a fly ball out the right and left field. He waits for it, makes the catch, and that's your ball game, folks. Seattle try to make it a game. Scored 2 in the 9th. Take a look here at the box score.